Welcome into Dixon Doll Stadium. You are looking live at Roland Park, Kansas, as the Bishop Miege Stags take the field on homecoming night, led by the American flag and followed by fireworks. I know it's Thursday night, but it feels really good to be back at a high school football game. The weather at Bishop Miege, a nice 70 degrees, no breeze, ideal football conditions. So it'll be the Stags versus the St. James Thunder on this homecoming night. And we are going to be having the national anthem to kick things off. All right, folks, and there you have it. I hope you are ready for some football because shortly the Stags will be taking the field against the Thunder. This matchup features the 3-0 Bishop Miege Stags, who are on a 9-game winning streak, haven't lost since that loss to Aquinas last year in a big game. And the St. James Thunder come out of the gate at 1-2. A strong start to the season with a win and followed up by 2 losses. They came out, beat Blue Valley Northwest 41-14 in their first game before falling to Mill Valley and Blue Valley West in the last 2 weeks. Miege, on the other hand, off to that 3-0 start, played a tight one against Blue Valley North on Metro Sports on opening night of Kansas high school football and won 27-20. Then they went on the road against Blue Valley Northwest and won a game 48-20 before winning a game against Mill Valley on a walk-off kick return touchdown after Mill Valley had tied the game up late. Miege's Daniel Jackson took a kickoff back to the house to end the game. So we've got a good matchup here. It's homecoming night for Bishop Miege. The game moved from its original date on Friday up to Thursday because of weather. And I'm going to say it was a great call because of how nice it is out tonight. Ideal football conditions. These two teams faced each other last year, and Miege won handily 45-0. So St. James is out for revenge this year, trying to make a competitive game this year, which did not happen last year. The Stags will kick. St. James back to receive. Kicking off for the Stags will be Hudson Flum, senior. The ball is set. The crowd is ready. It's a sold-out house at Dixon-Dahl Stadium, and here we go. All the way to the top of the tee in the end zone. So it'll be St. James ball after the touchback. St. James, again, coming off the 1-2 start, hoping to get back to 500 as they take on Bishop Miege tonight. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20. Under center, I formation. And he's going to be gobbled up in the backfield. Nowhere to go for Michael Tujak. Loss of 2 on the play, so it'll be 2nd down and 12. It's Tujak in the backfield again. Right beside Jack Mollers, the quarterback. A give on a jet sweep. Had a lot of motion side to side, but couldn't get north and south. He's going to be wrapped up after just a gain of 1, which will bring up 3rd down and 11 for the St. James Thunder. Miege's defense did a really good job swarming to the ball there on that play. Let's see what Tujak and Moeller have for us in the backfield. Spread formation, pressure flushes him out. He's going to try to... Oh, a very nice pass on the sideline. Moeller finds his man. And that looked like Hayes Manning on the catch. The 5'9" junior with a nice toe tap on the sideline. That would have been good in the NFL. Pistol formation here for the Thunder. two wide receivers to the near side. And it's going to be a shovel pass, but the Stags are ready for it. The defensive line is getting great push. Not a lot of space to make a move back there. So again, the Thunder go backwards on first down, and that's not what you want to do ideally against a defense like Miege that has really good pass rushers, is getting second down and third down and long. Although they converted last time, it's not the position that you want to be in. So here's Jack Mollers, the 6'1 senior, on a deep drop. He's got a screen set up. A lot of daylight in front of Jack, but he dropped the ball. He started looking up, I think, before he secured the catch. There was so much room in front of him. I just talked about that Stags pass rush, and a great way to combat that is with quick throws and screen plays. And that screen play the Thunder had dialed up was set up beautifully. Head coach Tom Radke had to be happy about the offensive line play, but not so thrilled with the execution from the running back. A rollout right. Got a flag down. He's just going to throw it away dangerously. A flag in the backfield. It might be a hold on St. James. Let's see if they need to back this one up. And it is a hold against St. James. Miege is going to decline, and it'll be 4th down and 11 for the Thunder. Let's see. It looks like they're going to send in the special teams unit. Back deep for the Stags. Felipe Wesley, the junior. Felipe's got big playmaking ability. And they're in a deep and odd, it's a kind of a pooch kick. They were set up like he was playing quarterback, but he got a good punt off. And here's Felipe. And he's got a little bit of space around the corner. And it looks like that play is going to be coming back after a hold, but a big, big block on the play. Cracking back was Rishi Rattan. The defensive back laid a nice block. And Felipe Wesley had a great return, but I think it's going to be coming back. But that'll mean the Stags offense will take the field, led by junior Tim Dorsey, the 5'11 quarterback who saw some playing time last year and some lopsided victories. And he's off to a very good start so far this year. And it is a hold on Miege, so that is going to take the Stags back. Last week, Dorsey threw for 165 yards and 2 touchdowns. Interesting, so it was a hold against Miege. But it looks like they're re-kicking it. Which, that's interesting. Said hold against Miege, right? So the Thunder offense is back out onto the field in that short punt formation again. And it will be a punt by the quarterback, a low rugby style kick. And it'll be down by St. James at the 44-yard line. So that's where the Stags and Tim Dorsey will take over. Dorsey is the benefactor of being surrounded by some good playmakers on the Stags offense. And when we talk about playmakers for the Stags, Bryson Cobbins comes to mind. Cobbins had 20 carries for 185 yards and 2 touchdowns last week. Expect a lot of Bryson Cobbins tonight, a heavy dose for the Thunder. Sends a man in motion. Snap and a run to the left for Cobbins. Nothing there. Cuts back to the right. And good pursuit. Very good pursuit by the Thunder defense. Like A.J. Ignolia on the play. They were ready for that, and the Thunder defense led by Cade Lout, the middle linebacker. Also, and a nice play. A screen pass to the right side. And a big gain for the Stags, and that was Felipe Wesley. Wesley with the big play down the sideline on a quick hitting screen, and the Stags will go hurry up. Trips to the left. Cobbins in the backfield along Dorsey. Sets to pass. Steps up in the pocket, and a good ball delivered to Daniel Jackson up the seam, but couldn't quite haul it in. A good ball there to his number 1 target, Jackson. Couldn't haul it in. But I was saying before that big play that the St. James defense has middle linebacker Cade Lout in there, who's a playmaker and a run stopper. And a very good wrestler, I'm told. 2nd and 10 for the Stags. Here's Dorsey on the drop. Another deep throw. He's got a step and a diving catch. Oh my goodness. Did he get both feet in? Felipe Wesley. Full extension on the ball from Tim Dorsey. Trusting his playmaker to go up and get it. So that'll put the Stags on the board with a Sports Center top 10 play. He saw one-on-one coverage on the outside and took advantage. Here's the extra point. Snaps good, holds good. Kick is no good. So it'll be 6-0 Stags. 8:38 left in the first quarter. Welcome back to Bishop Miege High School, where the Stags just scored on their opening drive. 8:38 left in the quarter. It was about a 5-play, 2-minute drive for the Stags, ending in a 30-yard touchdown to Felipe Wesley. And another deep kick, touchback. So the Thunder will take over at the 20-yard line, trailing by just 6 after the extra point was no good. So Timothy Dorsey, that last drive was set up by the nice screen play that went down the sideline for 25, and then Dorsey to Felipe Wesley again for 30 yards and the touchdown. So Thunder under in the pistol, 1st and 10, looks to his left, got a man on a hitch route, makes a man miss, and he's off down the sideline. Makes another man miss, and he'll dive at the 45, but a good catch and run by Tyler Claiborne. A good throw there by Mollers. Hit him in stride. He made a move, made a couple guys miss, and it was off to the races. And it's a face mask on Bishop Miege, so tack on 15. Tack on just 5, incidental. And the Thunder have it at midfield. So it'll be Mollers and 2-Jack in the backfield in the shotgun. It's going to be a read option, and Mollers keeps it and trugs along for 7 yards. A good read there by Mollers on the read option. And it'll be 2nd down and 3 for the St. James Thunder into Bishop Miege territory. Got some nice momentum here on this drive. Mollers with 2 backs in the backfield, pistol. And the give is going to be to 2-Jack, who dives forward, second effort, across the 40-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down for the Thunder. A nice run there by 2-Jack. Michael 2-Jack, the senior out of New Orleans, Louisiana. So it'll begin Mollers, pistol formation. Looks to his left again on a hitch route. Connects with his target, Tyler Claiborne. Claiborne picks up about 6 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 4. 7 minutes left here in this opening quarter. And really liking what we're seeing from this St. James offense after a slow start going backwards on a couple 1st downs. Now they're picking up big chunks of yards on 1st down. Motions 2-Jack out of the backfield. And it's a quarterback power. And again, it's going to be up there close to the 1st down. We'll see the spot if he got it or not. But a good run there by Mollers, who picks up 3. And they're going to call him short by half a yard. It's going to be 3rd and a very short 1. And they might be bringing out the sticks here to measure this one. And they are. So this drive started with a big play to Tyler Claiborne, the receiver. A nice catch and run on a hitch route. And then it's been Mollers and 2-Jack ever since running the ball. And they are going to give him the 1st down. They got the spot. He fell forward just across the 1st down marker. So it's going to be 1st and 10. 6.5 left to go here in the opening quarter. It's going to be Mollers with 2-Jack to his left. Pressure, but he gets the throw away. And a near one-handed catch by Tyler Claiborne, who then gets absolutely stuck by Grant Fusel for the Stags. Excuse me, Fussell. So Fussell with a nice hit coming in from the safety position to jar that one loose. And props to Tyler Claiborne for hanging in there tough. He's still out there, split to the right side, near side of the camera. Got movement on the offensive line. False start, take him back 5 yards. Illegal procedure. So that'll bring up 2nd and 15. The Thunder had a lot of momentum going. Let's hope that penalty doesn't kill the momentum. You know, penalties sometimes can be big-time momentum killers, especially when they're false starts or illegal procedures. But it's going to be pistol formation for Mollers and 2-Jack. Mollers with a deep drop trying to set up a screen. Couldn't find anybody, so he's scrambling around. He's just going to take it himself and step out of bounds just across the 30 at the 33. So a screen pass that just didn't come open led Mollers to scramble to his right. Couldn't find anybody, so he tucked it and ran for a gain of 7, which will bring up 3rd down and 8 now from the Stags' 33-yard line. Stags playing press coverage across the board. And it's going to be a play action pass. Early pressure in his face. He's just going to heave it up there. Throws it out of bounds wisely as he had nobody open. It looked like late he had Brady Feldman coming across the field, but too much pressure in his face. Pressure applied for the Stags by Mason Weber there, the senior defensive lineman at 6'4", 260. He's a load. St. James keeping their offense out here for fourth down. 4th and 8. They've got momentum. They want to capitalize on it. They're going to put the ball in the hands of Moeller here on 4th down. And he's got early pressure from the Stags trying to roll to his left, throw back to his right. Nearly completes it, but a good play by the defensive back there. It looked like Rishi Rattan, and the pressure was applied by Grant Fussell there. Put the heat on him and caused the Sale to throw. So the Stags hold and the turnover on downs, and that'll bring back out that Stags offense that scored 6 points in 5 plays on their last drive. So it'll be Tim Dorsey taking the snap, and he's got Deontay Parker and Bryson Cobbins in the backfield with him. Play action to Cobbins and a slant again to Felipe Wesley, who breaks a tackle, and they're not gonna catch him. Felipe Wesley all the way to the house. A 65-yard touchdown for Felipe Wesley on a slant route. Made the safety miss. And Wesley outruns everybody to the house. And a pretty simple play design. It looked like one of those RPOs the Chiefs are running with Patrick Mahomes. Stuck the ball in Cobbins' belly. And we got a fake field goal going on. Lopez with the throw, but it's going to be picked off. Got a couple flags on the field. We had a fake field goal. And snapper, the holder, Joe Lopez, under duress, tried to throw it. And it looks like a penalty on the St. James Thunder. So now Miege is going to send out the offense to go for 2. They missed their first extra point. So they got half the distance to the goal, and now they're going to try to punch it in. So Dorsey with Cobbins to his left. The give is to Cobbins. A big pile at the goal line, and he's not going to get there. So St. James defense coming up with a big stop, and Cobbins hasn't been able to do much tonight. Hasn't needed to with the big plays from the arm of Tim Dorsey. And we'll take it to a break here. Stags set to kick it away to St. James. 2 touchbacks already for Hudson Flum. A good leg, and this one's going to be a low line drive, and it's going to be fielded by the up back at the 3. Right to left, makes it to the 15-yard line. That was Jack Gossman on the return. Gossman gets about 13 yards on the return. And that's where the Thunder will take over after a one-play scoring drive by Miege. And what I was saying is it looked like an RPO, a run-pass option that you'll see the Chiefs run. Dorsey held the ball to Cobbins on the run fake, watching the linebacker. Once he saw the linebacker jump up and play the run, he pulled it from his gut, found Felipe Wesley on the slant, and it was off to the races. Great execution by the Stags there, and that's asking a lot of a high school quarterback to make those reads, but a good job by Dorsey. So the Thunder offense will take over here at the 30 after the penalty on the Stags. And it's going to be a give to Tujak. And a nice run, a gain of 6 from Michael Tujak. She'll bring up 2nd and 4 with 5 minutes left here in this first quarter. Stags defense in a 4-3 look. St. James comes out in the pistol. Tujak and Mollers. Mollers motions Tujak out to the left. And another quarterback power. And he's going to get the first down and more. Running defenders over. And a nice run there by Mollers to pick up the first down. Jack Mollers doing it with his arm and his legs tonight. And on that play, you can see they're setting something up, I think. With Tujak, when he motions like that, I think they're setting up an option or some kind of a throwback. So we'll keep an eye on that play. Into the pistol on 1st and 10 for the Thunder. And it's going to be a throw to the left side. And that time the route was jumped. They've run that hitch route a couple times for completions in front of Rishi Rattan. But Rishi jumped that route that time. They better be careful throwing the hitch route to that side again. Might look for a hitch and go now that Rattan's trying to creep up and make a play on those hitch routes. Trips to the near side for the Thunder here on 2nd down and 10. And the give is going to be to Tujak. He's got a lot of room. Makes a couple guys miss all the way across midfield, across the 35-yard line. Gain of 17 on the play for Michael Tujak. And a nice little shifty run to pick that one up. Didn't even get touched till about 10 yards down the field. A good job by that Thunder offensive line. And here are the Thunder now threatening again across midfield, moving the ball. Let's see if they can finish this drive off. 1st and 10. And he's got a man deep. If it's on him, it's good. And he just overthrows the outstretched arms of his intended target, A.J. Maloney. And Maloney ran a nice seam route, had the Stags defense beat, and Mollers couldn't quite put it on him. Just a little bit too far. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Thunder. A big miss there. And I bet Mollers wishes he had that one back. A good effort by AJ to try to haul that in. 2nd and 10, a jet sweep motion with the fake, and a give up the middle, and he just absolutely ran over the Stags linebacker. That was Cade Lout, the middle linebacker on the run. And I don't know if this Cade Lout has huge shoulder pads or what, but he just absolutely trucked the Stags middle linebacker there. Put that one on his highlight tape. So they're going to leave Lout in the game. Let's see if they give him another power run up the middle. 3rd and short. You'd think that's where it goes, and it does. And again lowers his shoulders. Diving head first across the first down marker. And that'll be another first down here for the Thunder. So Cade Lout doing some work, and he'll stay in the game. It'll be 1st and 10, just under 3 minutes left to go here in this first quarter. The play is in. And it looks like they'll leave Loud in there in the backfield with next to Mollers. Tyler Claiborne split out to the near side. And it's going to be a give actually to Tujak, who's in the backfield. Tujak makes the first guy miss and is able to get back to the line of scrimmage. A good job of not taking a loss there by Tujak. So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. The Thunder on the footsteps of the red zone of the Stags. And we'll see what the Thunder have in store here on this 2nd and 10 play from the pistol formation. Tujak in the backfield. It's going to be a pass. They tried to get the hitch and go, and he had him on the near side. He's going to throw it up. And a good pass breakup by the Stags defensive back. He had him early, but was looking to the near side. And by the time he came back to his target, it was too late, and the defensive back had already caught up. So they were trying to run that hitch and go. They'd been setting that up all night, getting a lot of yards on that hitch route, but Jaden Stevenson for the Stags was able to break that one up and recover. So 3rd and 10 for the Thunder. He's got a clean pocket to throw from on the slant route to Tujak across the 5-yard line, and the Thunder are in business. And they gave Mollers a good clean pocket on that one. He had time to survey the field and throw, and he delivered a strike for a nice play on 3rd and 10. He picks up about 15. And it'll be 1st down and goal for the St. James Thunder, who are going to be in the pistol here. And we'll see a give to Tujak. He's got some move, and it's all the way down to the 1-yard line. So a nice power play out of the pistol formation there. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 1-yard line. Just under a minute now to go in the 3rd quarter, so we'll have time for at least one more play here in the first. I'd like to see maybe a give to Tujak or a quarterback power here. I think we're going to see a quarterback power. And again, he's just short. We're waiting for the signal. And he is just short, so the Stags' goal line defense is coming up big here with 2 stops inside the 2-yard line. And they went with a quarterback power on that play and couldn't quite get in. So we'll see what they dial up here on 3rd and goal. I think they're going to let it go down to the quarter. So that's where we'll end it. It's 12-0 Bishop Miege at the end of the first quarter. But the Thunder are knocking on the door.
When it comes to SUVs, nothing beats Honda. U.S. News & World Report's best SUV brand 4 years in a row, including the 2019 Honda Pilot, one of the millions of Hondas built here in America since 1982. Or the 2019 CR-V, a crossover car and driver calls a better value than the RAV4. And right now, get Pilot with 1.9% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. For more offers, visit kchondadealers.com today.
Today is a new day. A day we've been waiting for our whole lives. We've put in the work to get to this moment, to have this opportunity to come together as a team. Everyone knows KC is on the rise, but what they don't know is we're just getting started. Community America, powering the rise of Kansas City.
Dixon Dahl Stadium for the second quarter. St. James is knocking on the door here. 3rd down and goal from the 1. And I was just saying, where is Cade Lout? And he checks into the game. We'll see if the fullback gets it, and he does. Lowers his shoulders, crosses the goal line, and Cade Lout, the power back, into the end zone for 6. And I was just saying, on the goal line, why hasn't Lout got the football? I think Coach was listening to me and gives him the rock on 3rd and goal, and he lowers his shoulder, gets in for the score. So that's 12-6 now with the Thunder getting on the board. Here's the extra point from Dakota Brewitt. Good snap, good hold, and a kick is good, but got some early motion. It looks like offsides on Miege. We'll see what the Thunder want to do with that. Will they take half the distance or... Okay, so they blew the play dead before it started. Kick did not count. Play stopped before it started, so we're going to go ahead and do it again. A half a yard closer. So Brewitt lines up for the extra point. Brewitt knocks it through the upright. 7-12 now. St. James on the board after the 1-yard touchdown run by Cade Lout. And it's 12-7. Bishop Miege still in the lead after missing an extra point and then coming up short on a 2-point conversion. So it'll be the Thunder to kick off from right to left to Miege. And after 2 quick scores by Miege, the Thunder have finally answered after a long 4-minute scoring drive of their own. It'll be Felipe Wesley and Daniel Jackson deep. Both really good playmakers. And the Stags have sent both running backs to be short upmen just in case they try to kick it away from Felipe and Jackson. So really it's pick your poison. Who do you want to kick it to back there? So the Thunder's set to kick it off here in the second. It's an onside kick that goes nowhere. And it went about 3 yards and out of bounds. So the Thunder try to capitalize on the momentum with the onside kick, but are unable to execute. And it really was just a dribbler that only went about 3 yards. So the Stags will take over with excellent field position. So not exactly what you wanted if you were St. James to give up that good a field position to Bishop Miege. Miege's last drive lasted exactly 1 play. So it'll be Dorsey back out in shotgun with Cobbins to his right. It'll be Richard Estelle split wide to the near side. Jackson in motion. And it's going to be a fake to Jackson, give to Cobbins, who play is stretched out. And again, nowhere to go for Cobbins. The all-conference player has been stifled tonight, but a flag on the play. It's going to be a hold against the Stags. That'll back them up 10 yards. And that'll bring up 1st down and 20 now. So not a good start to the second quarter for the Stags trying to answer the touchdown drive of the St. James Thunder. So it'll be Dorsey from the gun. 1st down and 20. Shotgun formation. Twins to the near side. In motion is Mac Moeller. He's going to roll out to the right. Didn't see anybody. Tries to tuck it and run, and unable to find any space at all. He actually went backwards, so it's going to be 2nd and 27. Not a lot of plays in the playbook for 2nd and 27, so we'll see what the Stags decide to do. They have trips to the far side. Daniel Jackson split out wide, a big playmaker. Cobbins in the backfield. Again, 2nd and 27. The give is to Cobbins, and he's finally got a little bit of room to pick up 5. But again, not much going. And now it's 3rd down and 22 for the Stags. And unless you're Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid, not a lot of teams have plays in the playbook for this one. Let's see what Dorsey, Cobbins, Jackson, and Coach John Holmes can draw up here on the 3rd and long. He's going to be looking deep that way to Jackson. Unable to find anybody. Jackson breaks deep now. He's going to try to come back and catch it, and he does. And it is a complete catch. And Daniel Jackson says, "You just got mossed." So a good scramble drill there by Dorsey and Jackson as Jackson breaks deep as Dorsey rolls towards him. Dorsey throws it up, and Jackson makes the play over the St. James defensive back. So it'll be 1st down and 10 from the 25 for the Stags. And the give is to Cobbins, and Cobbins has some room up the middle, just going to get 3 yards there before he's stood up by the St. James defense. And again, I think John Holmes trying to keep the defense honest by running the ball, but not much success there, but lots of success so far in the air. It'll be Felipe Wesley split out to the far side on the left, who already has 2 touchdown catches. Daniel Jackson goes in motion to the slot. And he looks that way. He's going to scramble back right. Throw it up deep and out of bounds, and doesn't have a man. And a late flag comes into the dismay of the St. James faithful. And we might have a foul. I might have a penalty here, a defensive pass interference. And we do. We have pass interference on the defense. A late flag thrown. And where I question that call is, was the ball catchable? The ball seemed to sail out of bounds there. So I have a hard time with calling pass interference on an uncatchable ball like that. But the call goes towards the Stags' advantage, and it'll be 1st down and 10 from the 12. And a timeout is taken by St. James, so we'll rejoin you after this timeout. And as we come back to play, it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Stags from the 11. Up 12-7 over St. James. It'll be Dorsey. Jackson in motion. He gets the jet sweep. Cobbins is the lead blocker. Nowhere to go. The play strung out again by the St. James Thunder. And you got to give a lot of credit to this St. James defensive line, who hasn't allowed the Stags to run the ball at all. A nice job stretching that play out there by Jake Holton. And that interior of the some technical difficulties there, but we're back. And it looks like we have a penalty on the Stags. That was 2nd and 10. And the pass interference on Miege, so bring up 2nd and 5 now. And a fade route again. And we'll see what the call is here. There was some hand fighting between the wideout and defensive back, Tyler Claiborne. And we got pass interference on the defense again. Unable to get any separation. That was Justin Fountain in coverage. And it's going to be a timeout by St. James with 1.1 second left on the clock. St. James is trailing by 5, trying to punch it in. So St. James has thrown 3 fade routes here near the goal line and hasn't been able to come down with any of them yet, but has been able to come up with 2 pass interferences consecutively on Bishop Miege, and that moved the ball all the way down to the 2-yard line. So with 1.1 second left, this will be the final play of the half. And we'll see if St. James wants to try to throw another fade route, or if I'm St. James, I know where I'm going. I'm going to Big Cade Lout. Cade's not in the game, so it's Tujak and Mollers in the backfield. And it's going to be a sprint out to the right, and a throwback all the way to the left for a wide open Brady Feldman. And just like that, St. James takes the lead 13-12, and that's the final play of the half before this untimed extra point. And it's homecoming here at Bishop Miege, and the Thunder have just shocked the house. The Thunder are going to go in with a lead at halftime, trying to spoil Miege's homecoming. Here's the extra point. And we've got early movement. Again, another offsides on Miege. So it looks like we'll do this kick again. And St. James might want to think about going for 2 to go up 3 points. We'll see what coach does. Looks like he's just going to leave the special teams unit on. I think John Harbaugh would go for 2 here. So extra point from the 1-yard line now. Good snap and hold. Kick is good. That'll give St. James a 2-point lead at halftime. 14-12 St. James on homecoming night at Bishop Miege. We'll see if Timothy Dorsey has recovered from a wrist injury and will be back for the second half or not, but a thriller going on here at Dixon-Dahl Stadium. So we'll head into halftime. Stags 12, St. James, the visitors, 14. Welcome back into Dixon-Dahl Stadium here in Roland Park, Kansas. Score at half is 14-12 St. James Thunder, and a bit of an upset brewing here on homecoming night for the Stags. St. James has played a really good second quarter, outscoring Miege 14-0 in that second quarter. And really, I think the story of tonight was Miege ready to play, because they came out of the gate hot 12-0 and then have not been able to move the ball much since. So field goal kicking, another problem for the Stags. A missed extra point and field goal, or else this game might be swung in a different direction. But Stags will get the ball first here in the second half. They got 4 dangerous returners deep, so it's a short pooch kick fielded by the up back. That's running back Deontay Parker, who gets it up to the 40, but a surprise here, no doubt, with St. James leading by 2 to enter the second half. St. James down 12 could have folded very easily to the defending state champs, a team they lost to 45-0 last year. But St. James instead came out with a lot of fight in that second quarter, and you have to like how they responded to being down early. Let's see if they can keep that momentum up. They scored on the final play of the half, but Dorsey, who was banged up in the first half, missed the last play, is back out there surveying the field, rolling left, and he's in a lot of trouble, but he escapes, still looking downfield, and gets it away. And I think we're going to be talking about intentional grounding here, but no flag as he got the ball away. That'll bring up 2nd and 10, so Dorsey had a clean pocket, but got happy feet and scrambled right, flushed a little too early, but 2nd and 10 for the Stags. Moeller in the slot, Cobbins in the backfield. Play action, and it's going to be a dump off to Cobbins, who makes the man miss. He's going to try to get all the way back across the field and wrapped up again as St. James flexes on him. And the Thunder defense rolled and swarmed to the ball, and Cobbins continues his slow start to the night as he still has not been able to get much going. One of the best all-around running backs in the EKL. So it's going to be 3rd and 15 for the Stags. Dorsey looks right, drops back. He's got a man deep. It's Wesley, a little underthrown, but Wesley takes it away from him, and he's going to be all the way down to the 5-yard line. As Wesley said, "Give me that," and took the ball away from the St. James defensive back. Felipe Wesley continues his big night as he rips it away from Jack Grossman. And big plays for the Stags on 3rd down continue. They converted a 3rd and 23 earlier. And now a 3rd and 15. Another big play to Felipe Wesley, who already has 2 touchdown catches. Now the give to Cobbins, who again has just nowhere to go. The game up front has been won handily by the St. James Thunder tonight on both sides of the ball, causing problems for the Stags' offensive and defensive line. So it'll be 2nd and goal for the Stags, just at 10 minutes left to go in the half. And it's going to be a play action as he rolls right. He's got his man, Daniel Jackson, tap both toes, and that's a touchdown, Bishop Miege. And Daniel Jackson hauls in the touchdown pass from Tim Dorsey on a beautifully executed route. That's why Daniel Jackson's going to see some D1 offers coming in after sitting out last season with a torn ACL. Field goal up and good. The Stags back on top, 18-14. And with that extra point, it'll be 19-14 Stags, who score on a 2-minute drive. The big play, a 50-yard reception by Felipe Wesley, who's racked up well over 100 yards on the night. And then it's capped off on a play action, and he finds one of his favorite targets, Daniel Jackson, on the sideline of the end zone, who taps both feet, gets him in for 6. So it'll be the Stags to kick. Thunder awaiting on the 8-yard line. 2 backs deep for them here on homecoming night at Bishop Miege. A short kick just in front of the 10, fielded by St. James, and Jack Steinledge with a nice return. So that's where the Thunder will take over at the 24-yard line, now trailing 19-14. The Thunder offense scored on their last drive of the first half on the final play of the half. And Tujak will be the motion man, and it's a fake. But that one was going nowhere. That looked like big Mason Weber on the play. Helped out on that play by Max Van Meter, also in the backfield. Loss of 3 on the play, so 2nd and 13 now for St. James, who run with 4 wide receivers and Mollers and Tujak in the backfield. Mollers on a deep drop, wants to throw. Scrambles out, throws it up. This could be intercepted, and it nearly was. A good play by Tyquez Agnew-Witten. The first time we've called Tyquez's name tonight, but might not be the last. Tyquez was playing center field on that play and made a good read, had a good break on that ball, and nearly intercepted it. Moeller threw it up and let it hang a little too long in the air. And so that'll bring up 3rd down and 13. We'll see if Mason Weber can apply some pressure. Him and Connor Doble coming off the edge. Rolling to his left is Mollers, and he throws it. His receiver fell down, and that's why he plays defense. Grant Fussell was right there after some feet got tangled up. The receiver fell down, and Fussell had both hands on an interception but couldn't haul it in. So he's going to be kicking himself for that one, as he's upset leaving the sideline. But that's the old saying, that's why he plays defense. So again, the short punt formation and a good spiraling kick this time that says Felipe Wesley back. And we'll see if they can set up a nice return for Felipe. And we got a block in the back, so this one's going to be coming back. So at about the 40-yard line, it looked like he didn't quite get the numbers. Hit him in the back, and that'll be called every time. So a special teams error by Bishop Miege, who hasn't looked too sharp on special teams tonight. It's going to cause them to lose some good field position. A nice punt by St. James to flip the field, And the penalty will make the drive even longer for the Stags. And it's a hold on the Stags. So a block in the back on Miege is going to take them back. And they're going to start the drive with a long field to gain at the 29-yard line. So the penalty cost them about 20 yards total as they take the ball back. Stags scored on their last drive after a big third down play. And let's see if they can keep that momentum going here on offense. The big plays is what's hurt St. James on defense. If they've stopped big plays, they've stopped the Stags. So we'll see what the Stags have here on 1st and 10 as Dorsey drops to throw. And he's got Mac Moeller on the sideline, and a nice catch by Moeller, the junior. Moeller's listed as a tight end, but one of those new age tight ends who is in a 2-point stance most of the time, out running routes. So Dorsey finds Moeller. Now it'll be 1st and 10 at the 44. And wants a quick screen to Felipe Wesley, who's had a big game. And Wesley's able to get 5. So a nice pickup there by the Stags. Good blocking on the outside by Moeller and Connor Doble to set the screen up. A good job by St. James defensive end by getting his hands up in the air and not allowing him to get the throw out as quickly as he wanted. That's Kevin Charlton. So that'll bring up 2nd and 4 here for Dorsey in the gun. And he's got nowhere to go and has to get rid of that one. Pressure there applied by Charlton again. And Dorsey's had a clean pocket the last couple of dropbacks, but tends to favor leaving the pocket early to his right to try to make a play. And you'd like to see him stick in there and find the open receiver here on 3rd and 4. And this time he has to evade the pocket, but he's got some room to run. And he dives forward to get the first down. That's a gain of 6 when he needed 4. And that'll be a first down for the Stags. So Dorsey with a nice decision there to keep it and pick up the first down. So now under 8 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Wesley to the near side. Here comes Moeller in motion. Dorsey spins it. Hasn't nobody. They've got a spy on him and nowhere to go as he hops over the bleacher onto the track for a gain of about 5 on first down. So 2nd and 6 now for the Stags. 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends. It'll be a fake, a roll out to the left. A lot of pressure from Cloud in there, and then it got a hand on him. That's big 35. Jake Holton on the play. So Holton applies the pressure, and no one was fooled on the play action, and a loss of 4 on the play. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 12. So a loss of 6. A loss of 6 on that sack. So the Stags will split out 4 wide. 1 receiver to the top, trips to the bottom of your screen. He looks that way, and he's blindsided again by Holton. And have a day, Jake Holton. The left tackle struggled on that play. That looked like Max Van Meter, the left tackle out there. And Tim Dorsey did not see that coming. Lucky to have hung on to the ball as the Stags retain possession, but they've got a punt now as the St. James defense steps up again. Returner with his heels on the 10. A good kick, but short. And it's going to be down at about the 18. And that's where the Thunder will take over. Jack Kincaid was able to down it. So the Thunder come up with a big stop on defense. A couple nice plays by Holton. 2 consecutive stacks to turn the Stags over. And here comes the St. James offense. I'm watching the sideline as Coach John Holmes gives some encouragement to his quarterback. But it'll be Thunder to take over. And the give is to Tujak, who makes one cut and goes and is able to pick up 3. So a nice job to make something out of nothing again. We've seen him start and stop a few times in the backfield, Tujak, to pick up some extra yards. And he's done a nice job of always falling forward. 19-14 Stags, 5:45 left here in the third quarter. St. James has got the ball in the 20. And the give is to the fullback who rumbles forward, and he's still on his feet, and it takes about 6 different Stags to drag him down. It's big Cade Lout in there again. Max Van Meter on the tackle there. Deontay Parker helped out on it. 3rd down and 3 now for the Thunder. Let's see if they go back to Tujak. And a big play in the backfield as the Stags swarm him. And the ball comes out. And Deontay Parker has it. Correction. Tyquez Agnew-Witten has it. Stripped it. And he takes it to the house. I said on the last possession, that's the first time I've called Tyquez's name, but we might hear it again tonight as he strips it and takes it to the house. 25 yards, a huge play for the Stags defense as they come up with the strip 6. Oh. And the robotics team just had a malfunction with their robot. But a big play for the Stags. It'll be 25-14. So up 11. Coach John Holmes elects to send the offense out to try to get 2. Daniel Jackson up at the top of your screen. He's got a one-on-one matchup. Let's see if they want to go there. Or see if they want to go to Cobbins on the ground. And they want to go to Cobbins. He's going to bounce it outside. Can he get to the corner? Dives at the pylon. And Bryson Cobbins is in for 2, putting the Stags up 27-14. So 2 scores here by the Stags to open up the second half. The first on a touchdown pass to Daniel Jackson, and then now a strip 6 for Tyquez Agnew-Witten. On that 3rd down, they held up the running back in the backfield, and then the DB swarmed as they tugged at the ball and finally got it loose, and it was off to the races. So it'll be the Stags to kick off with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the third quarter. Hudson Flum to kick. Kicked a couple touchbacks but was going the other way. So the last kick was returnable I expect this one to be returnable as well. And a miscommunication on who wanted to pick up the ball. That's finally picked up, and he's got nowhere to go. So the upbacks have some confusion there and are unable to catch it on the fly, causing them to get some not so great field position at the 14-yard line. So that's where the Thunder offense will take over, who turned it over on a fumble last time they had the ball. Let's see if they can get that run game going again like they had in the first half. A strong second quarter from Tujak and Mollers and Lout. So let's see what Mollers and the offense will do on this drive. He's going to go back to pass, and he's got a man deep if he can catch it, and he does, and Tyquez Agnew-Witten with the tackle, but not before a 60-yard gain by St. James. That was Michael Tujak. They split the receiver out wide, and he just burned the cornerback in coverage, and the cornerback comes off hobbling. That's Jaden Stevenson, who came up limping, who was beat on the play. So a big gain there by the Thunder. So it'll be Moeller back to pass again. They're going to go that way again, and the pass is broken up by Tyquez Agnew-Witten on the play. Playing center field again, was able to come over and knock it down. They did the exact same thing, trying to find Michael Tujak on the go route. Looks like they're bringing in the big fullback here, Cade Lout, who's had some success running it between the tackles. 2nd and 10 here for St. James. And the give is to Lout, and he's got some room. And watch the big man rumble. Gain of 12, move the chains. And if I'm St. James, I just want to keep handing him the rock. Miege does not look like they want to tackle him, and I can't blame him. A lot of arm tackles, a lot of olays out there when Cade has the ball. So Lout will line up next to him again, and he will get the give again. This time there's nowhere to go, but he bounces it outside, gets a block, and is able to pick up 5. A nice block there by Jackson Medina, the backup running back, who was able to get upfield and lend a hand. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 5, closing in on 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter. And Tujak checks back in next to Mollers, who's going to keep it himself on the quarterback power. Got some room. Looks like he's got a first down, 1st and goal. Looks like Brian Burns hopped in on that tackle. And that'll be 1st down and goal from the 5 now for the Thunder. Thunder offense moving it well after that big play by Tujak on the reception, as Tujak remains in the game to the right of the quarterback. They threw it a lot in the red zone last time, and they are going to continue that trend. It looks like he's got nowhere to go. He's going to stop, try to reverse field, and this is dangerous, and a dangerous pass thrown low at Tujak's feet, unable to complete it, but avoids the sack and loss of yards. So a nice play there by Mollers to get rid of it. And that'll bring up 2nd down and goal from the 5 now for the Thunder. And again, the Thunder have ran it well, but I've seen it as they've gotten in close inside the 10. They've opted to throw the ball more often than run the ball. So we'll see if that trend continues. We got Tujak in the pistol behind Moeller's, and that's where the ball is going to go. And they've got some room off tackle, and he is in for the score for the St. James Thunder to get back on the board in the second half with a big run by Michael Tujak. And the Thunder offensive line continues to win the battle in the trenches as they're able to spring Tujak for 5 yards off the left side for 6 points. A great drive by the Thunder there. I liked seeing them run it as they got down close to the goal line, and they're going to go ahead and try to kick the extra point to make this a 6-point game. And the kick is good. Dakota Burrett again successful on his third try, 3 for 3 on the day. And we'll join you after this break.
Today is a new day. A day we've been waiting for our whole lives. We've put in the work to get to this moment, to have this opportunity to come together as a team. Everyone knows KC is on the rise, but what they don't know is we're just getting started.
Community America, powering the rise of Kansas City.
When it comes to SUVs, nothing beats Honda. U.S. News & World Report's best SUV brand 4 years in a row, including the 2019 Honda Pilot, one of the millions of Hondas built here in America since 1982.
And we're back as St. James just scored to cut the lead to 6 on the 5-yard run by Tujak. 2:31 remaining in the half. And an onside kick, and the ball is loose. And we'll see. It looks St. James thinks they've got it. But it looks like the Stags were able to recover the second onside kick attempt of the night by the Thunder. And they're almost able to get their hands on that one. But the Stags are able to fall on it. So that's where the Stags will take over with good field position at the 43-yard line thanks to the trickery of St. James. And we'll see what Tim Dorsey and the Stags have in store for us on this drive. Drops back. He wants Moeller over the middle. A nice find to Mac Moeller as he catches one up the seam on a hitch route and falls forward for a gain of 15. So 1st and 10 again for the Stags. Dorsey in the gun. And a high snap. It's loose. And Cobbins isn't going to get it. Dorsey is able to fall on it, luckily. A near disaster for Bishop Miege as a high snap that Dorsey didn't seem quite ready for. Goes through the arms, a high snap. Cobbins laid a block and was able to let Dorsey recover it. But a scare there for the Stags as they go backwards 20 yards. So 2nd and 30 it'll be with a minute and a half left in the third quarter. Moeller in motion. And it'll be Dorsey to throw. He's had some big plays when facing long downs, and he's just going to get rid of this one. Unable to find anybody open as he takes a shove out of bounds. And that is now going to bring up 3rd and 30. The Stags have converted a 3rd and 15 and a 3rd and 23. And we'll see if they have anything in the playbook for a 3rd and 30 with a minute 17 left here in the quarter. John Holmes scans his play sheet. 8 seconds left on the play clock. Stags are going to have to hurry to get this one off. And they do. Third and 30, pressure. And he throws one up. It's a bit of a duck. Unable to come back to the ball, and we have a flag. Looks like pass interference again. St. James not happy. A bit of a duck thrown up by Dorsey. Good pressure applied there by Xavier Person. And we'll see what they call. And we'll see the... Okay, it looks like we have offsetting penalties, which will... Oh, nope, we're getting a correction. We'll see. Not sure what happened there, what the penalty was, but it's third down and 15. I'll try to get an explanation for you guys, but not sure what the penalty call was. As Dorsey zips one and he finds his man on 3rd and 15, and the Stags again find a way to convert for Connor Dobble with the catch. A nice catch by Dobble and a good throw by Dorsey on 3rd and 15. I like the way he held in the pocket, stepped up, made a good throw. But again, some confusion on that penalty. I'm not sure what the call was from the referee on that. So it'll be Dorsey in the gun. Fake to Cobbins, and he's going to be sacked, and the ball is out, and the Thunder have it. Again, have a day. That's his third sack, Jake Holton. And Holton absolutely destroys Tim Dorsey on the play as the ball comes out. And a turnover by the Stags with 32 seconds left in the quarter, and it's going to be St. James football down 6 on the 40-yard line. And that momentum has just shifted again to St. James with a big turnover. So the Thunder offense will take over with good field position. 32 seconds left in the quarter, trailing by 6, and all the momentum on their side. And here is a big, deep throw down the sideline again. And did he just moss him? Yes, he did. St. James with a big throw by Mollers to his guy, Tyler Claiborne. And Claiborne goes up and high points the ball. And a phenomenal catch by Claiborne. Claiborne went up and got it over Justin Fountain of Bishop Miege. And a good throw by Mollers there of St. James to put it up and let his receiver make a play. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter. St. James driving, trailing by 6 when we come back.
Gear up for Back to Sport at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
And welcome back. It is the fourth quarter homecoming night at Dixon-Dahl Stadium. And I'm told the whole confusion of the Miege pass interference in high school is not an automatic first down, thanks to Kevon McGraw, the clearing that up for me. And the give is to Tujak, who sheds a tackle and then is dragged down finally. Looked like Kincaid on the stop. Thanks to the stats department, Kevon McGrew, for that one. And it'll be 2nd down and 7. As he looks to throw and wants his end zone target, A.J. Maloney, but cannot connect. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 7. So after a couple big plays, the Thunder are now faced with a big 3rd down here. But 4th quarter on the road against a rival, underdogs, you've got to be in 4-down territory as the Miege crowd gets on its feet. 3rd and 7, Mollers. And we've got a whistle before the snap. And it looks like it's going to be on Miege. Offsides. So that'll move them forward 5 yards to make it 3rd down and 2. And here comes that man again, Cade Lott. The big fullback's in the game, and we'll see if they want to give it to him on 3rd down and 2. And they fake it to Lott on the read, and we'll see if he gets there. It's close. A good play by the Miege defense by Weber and Jake Welsh on that play. Spotted a yard short of the 4th down, but as I said, I think on the road in the red zone against a rival, as the underdog, you've got to be in 4-down territory. And I think you've got to give it to Lott here. But the give is to Tujak. He stood up at the line. This one's going to be close. He falls forward, and he's going to have the 1st down. So a good hard run by Tujak is able to cross over the yard to gain, and it'll be 1st down and 10. We've got an injured player for St. James. I'm not sure who that is. But as the trainers rush out, we'll let you know who it is when we come back after this break.
When it comes to SUVs, nothing beats Honda. U.S. News and World Report's best SUV brand 4 years in a row, including the 2019 Honda Pilot, one of the millions of Hondas built here in America since 1982. Or the 2019 CR-V, a crossover car and driver calls a better value than the RAV4. And right now, get Pilot with 1.9% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. For more offers, visit kchondadealers.com today.
Today is a new day. A day we've been waiting for our whole lives. We've put in the work to get to this moment, to have this opportunity to to come together as a team. Everyone knows KC is on the rise, but what they don't know is we're just getting.
So Harry Spencer was the injured St. James player on the field, but he was able to get up and walk off the field on his own power, what you like to see. So Harry Spencer able to walk off the field on his own power, but he's not in on this play. First down and 10 for the Thunder, 10:30. Low snap, able to handle it though. He's going to throw it late over the middle, unable to connect with Claiborne as he wanted his favorite target on the crossing route as he was rolling to his right. They always say don't throw it late over the middle across your body unless you're Patrick Mahomes. And that was a little bit late across his body over the middle. So it'll be second down and 10. Trailing by 6 are the Thunder. On the 8. Oh, and a low snap, and it's through. But Tujak picks it up, and he's going to make a couple guys miss and make the best out of a terrible scenario. Very close to disaster for St. James as they're trying to punch it in and take the lead here in the fourth quarter. A miscommunication between the center and quarterback there. So Mullers regroups as he sets up for third down and 15. Again, have to think with 9:45 remaining, you're in 4-down territory, so you don't need to pick up all 15 here. Let's see what they do. They're going to throw a fade route to the corner of the end zone. It's incomplete, but we have a flag on the play. Threw it into double coverage. He caught it, but was unable to tap his toes. Looked like Claiborne. And we'll see what the call is. Pass interference on the defense. So again, this is going to be a 15-yard penalty, but we'll see if it's enough for a first down. Because again, as we learned, it's not an automatic first down in high school. So we'll repeat third down. Looks like we move it 10 yards closer. And 3rd and 5 here for the Thunder. A big, very costly penalty for Miege, who was trying to get off the field. And another low snap again to Mullers as he's going to check down to, oh, and he flips Tujak on the tackle, but a touchdown saving tackle at that. So Rishi Rattan with a touchdown saving tackle, but he was able to pick up the first down was Tujak on the throw by Mullers. So that's first down and goal from the 4-yard line. Approaching 9 minutes left here in the ball game. Thunder down 6, but knocking on the door. A good snap, and there's a give to the fullback, who's able to power his way ahead for a couple of yards. That's Lott on the carry. And there's been a heavy dose of Lott on the goal line. Inside the 5. Mullers gets the signal from his coach. We'll see with what they go with. They've thrown a lot of play action passes inside the 10-yard line. He's got his favorite target, Tyler Claiborne, split up to the top. We'll see if he wants to go there. And I think he did, but the pressure got to him, and he's going to try to throw it, and he completes it here to the near side. A nice throw and catch from Mullers to Feldman. He found Feldman right along the goal line, but he's just short. So it's going to be third down and goal from the 1-yard line. And this ball ought to go to Cade Lott. We'll see what happens. Third and goal, 7:45. And it is to Lott, and he is stuffed at the goal line. Second effort, he's across. And St. James on homecoming has just tied the ball game here at Bishop Miege. A big touchdown by Cade Lott as he falls forward on his second effort to cross the goal line. As St. James ties it up at 27 as they send the kicking unit out to try for the extra point to take the lead. And here we are on homecoming night. The defending state champion Bishop Miege Stags down 28-27 with 7.5 left here in the fourth quarter. And a big surprise here on homecoming night for Bishop Miege. I talked with some of the administration at St. James, talked with Mr. Keith, and he said he'd been trying to get the football team focused all day, let them know that, hey, we're the underdogs. The schedule's been thrown off. Stay focused. Come out ready to play. And Bishop Miege might come out with some distractions. It's homecoming. The game was moved. They're the favorites. And they haven't looked very sharp so far here. St. James has done a great job controlling the ball here on their long drives that they've had. They've turned Miege over now, and we're able to capitalize on that. So who could have predicted that here late, halfway through the fourth quarter, St. James would lead by 1. And here's the kick. It's another onside kick, and it nearly was recovered by St. James. Up 1 in the fourth quarter. The onside kick kind of leaves you scratching your head there. So here comes the Stags offense. 7:30 left in the ball game, trailing 1. It's Tim Dorsey. Let's see if the Stags have it in them. And a good pass rush, and a hold is going to be called, negating this play. But a good tackle. So there was another hold. That hold looked to be on Jamari Cross that time. We'll see the call. And it is going to be a hold against Miege. So we'll repeat first down. Stags trailing by 1. Be 1st and 20 from their own 40-yard line. Let's see what the Stags have, and it's going to be a quick screen to Daniel Jackson, who really has nowhere to go. A nice tackle there by St. James as the crowd has turned in favor of St. James. A lot of the momentum on their side. A nice tackle there by Bo Grable, who has the tall task of defending Daniel Jackson. Let's see what Dorsey and the offense can do here on 2nd and 19. Dorsey to throw. He's got time. He's going to be pushed out to the right. Tries to connect, and he makes a nice throw. And he stays on his feet. Picks up an extra 5 yards. So a nice play there by Mac Moeller to break a tackle. Dorsey did a good job extending the play, keeping it alive in the face of pressure. Able to pick up 17 on the play to bring it to a very manageable 3rd down and 3. And with an aggressive coach and John Holmes on the field, let's see what they want to do here on 3rd and 3. And here's the give to Cobbins, who again is strung out, and a hold is going to be called. He was able to cross the line and get 4, but it looked like It looked like the receiver, Daniel Jackson, held on that play, and that's what sprung Cobbins for a first down. So the Stags with their second holding penalty of the drive, and I've lost count of how many they've had this game. So it'll be 3rd down and 13. A big play as the Stags just went down 1. 6 minutes left in the ball game. They've converted on these before, and the throw is to Jackson, who is unable to haul it in. He would have been just shy, but would have made it a manageable 4th down. So we'll see. It looks like the Stags, yes, they are going to have to punt. So again, late here in the 4th quarter, Stags are going to have to trust in their defense to get the ball back as it's 4th and 13. Under 6 minutes to go, trailing by 1. A great defensive stand by the St. James Thunder. This defense has played incredibly well tonight for St. James. A good spiraling kick that is not caught, and that could lead to some trouble as this ball is going to dance out of bounds at the 3-yard line, and for the Brand. An incredible punt there by Bishop Miege. A very, very nice punt. That'll go out of bounds at the 3-yard line. So that's where the St. James offense will take over. They'll have 1st and 10 backed up all the way on their own 3-yard line. Mollers will take the snap 2 yards deep in his end zone. And they try to get him to jump. We'll see if we have offsides or a false start. Looks like a false start, so back him up half the distance to the goal line as the Miege defense motions to the crowd to get on their feet and get loud as the crowd stomps on the bleachers and has come back to life. 3 yards deep in his own end zone. Mollers takes the snap. He's going to want to throw deep, and the aggressive call there as they've had some success on go routes, trying to pick on Justin Fountain. That was A.J. Maloney, the intended receiver. Good coverage there by Fountain, but an aggressive play call there by the St. James Thunder. Again, 2nd down. 11. Ball on the 2. 4 yards deep in his end zone. Takes the snap. Gives to the up back. And he's chopped down immediately. A really, really good play by Stag linebacker Jake Welsh, who takes out Lott on the play. So that brings up the biggest 3rd down of the game so far, with 5 minutes and 15 seconds left here in the game. Miege trailing by 1. St. James has the ball and the lead, but it's 3rd down and 9. We'll see what Mollers can dial up. Mollers to throw, and he's got a man wide open over the middle of the field, and that's going to be a 40-yard gain for Brady Feldman. And Feldman running uncovered down the middle of the field, and a beautiful throw on the biggest play of the game from Jack Mollers. So Jack Mollers on 3rd and 9, a completion of 38 yards to Brady Feldman. And a huge play as we're under 4.5 minutes left. And now they're going to try to milk some clock. As they give it to Two-Jack up the middle. Two-Jack's just able to get one. Jake Walsh with the stop. That'll bring up 2nd and 9 now for the St. James Thunder, who have the ball, are in control, and see if they can get that 4-minute offense executed. Now, the goal is to move the chains, keep the clock running, so let's see what this St. James offense can do. And here's the give to Tujak, who's going to be wrapped up in the backfield. Jake Walsh again in the backfield. A nice play by Jake Welsh back there. So that'll bring up 3rd down and long, but as we saw, that was no problem for St. James last time, but John Holmes is going to take a timeout to stop the clock at 3:35 here in the 4th quarter. So St. James went up 1 point after being able to force a turnover and then scored on a run by Cade Lout. And were able to go up 1 on the extra point. And then backed up against their own goal line. Were able to get a 40-yard completion to Brady Feldman. And here we are now on 3rd and 12. Again, now the biggest 3rd down of the game. And it's going to be a fake to Tujak, and Muller's got room. He's across midfield for a 1st down. And how about that? Jack Mollers is having himself a day. A great read on that zone read by Mollers as he fakes it to Tujak and is able to keep it himself, get 15 across midfield. And tick, 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 tick. Clock is going to be around 3 minutes by the time this ball is snapped, as Mollers is now watching the play clock and letting it run down. Play clock down at 5 before he looks to get the snap. Give is to Tujak. Got the corner and then is taken down after a gain of just 1. So now it's a game of clock, and that is going to cause Bishop Miege to take a timeout here with 2 minutes and 53 seconds left. So St. James is able to pick up a couple huge 3rd downs on this drive. The first one at 3rd and 12 from their own 2-yard line. They got 38 yards. And then on 3rd and 15 with the game on the line, Jack Mollers is able to pick up 15 on the ground to move the sticks. Now after a timeout by Bishop Miege to try to stop the clock, it's going to be 2nd and 9 for the St. James Thunder, who have done an incredible job on this drive, moving the chains and keeping the clock rolling. So it's going to be Mollers, Lout, and Tujak in the backfield now. Stags crowding the line of scrimmage. To give is to Lout, who is stood up and, of course, plows forward for another yard just out of sheer will. And that'll bring up 3rd down, and it looks like 8. So again, can the Stags get off the field on 3rd down? Miege uses its final timeout of the half, which it's do or die now for the Stags. They have got to stop them here. I think St. James is in 4-down territory, so if Miege cannot hold them here, St. James is going to be able to run out the clock. So a couple very pivotal plays here coming up that will decide this ball game. Again, if St. James can move it across the line of scrimmage, Miege has no timeouts left and won't be able to stop the clock. So let's see what St. James, Coach Radke, Let's see what they have dialed up here. It's going to be 2-Jack and Mollers in the backfield. Watch that zone read combination, and that's what we're going to get. Mollers is going to keep, and he's going to be swarmed and tackled. They're going to try to strip it, but aren't able to. So a great play by the Stags defense as they now implore their crowd to get on their feet as Max Van Meter makes a great stop on 3rd down and long. And now it's decision time as St. James, because they were lost 2 yards, they pull out quarterback Mac Mollers, send the punter in from this odd short formation of punting. And Felipe Wesley is deep for the Stags. Heels at the 12. Let's see what Wesley can do. 2 minutes left in the ball game. 4th and 10. And it looks like St. James is going to take a delay of game. So St. James is going to take the delay of game. They're trying to run clock. 1:57 left here. And it's going to be 4th down and 15, giving the punter a little bit more space. Miege is going to now send out their punt return unit. They had their defense out there, but they're going to get them off the field. And they're going to get their punt return unit on there. So let's see. They're obviously going for a return now. So let's see what Felipe Wesley can do. Here's the short snap. Kick is off. A high punt. He's going to have to tell everybody to get away from that, and it's going to roll out of bounds at about the 22-yard line with 1 minute and 49 seconds left. It is 2-minute drill time for Tim Dorsey and the Bishop Miege Stags offense. We've seen them make big plays. They have great playmakers at wide receiver in Daniel Jackson and Felipe Wesley. Bryson Cobbins is a great pass catcher out of the backfield. They have the weapons. Mac Moller at tight end has made some great catches tonight, but Felipe Wesley has been the star of this offense, and we'll see if they want to go back to Felipe. Tim Dorsey under center, got to stop that pass rush. First throw is going to be an out route to Daniel Jackson, who breaks the tackle, and he's up the sideline all the way to the 45, and again, 44-yard line. Daniel Jackson so dangerous after the catch. St. James has got to wrap up and swarm to the ball. So a nice gain and out of bounds for the Stags. They have it at the 42-yard line here. And Dorsey, another quick throw to Wesley, who is absolutely cut in half. So Wesley unable to hang on to it as the hit is delivered by Zach Wartenberger emphatically. So it looks like the Stags are trying to take the underneath routes if they're given them. Maybe trying to suck the defense up to go over the top. Here's Dorsey. A three-man rush now, bring a blitz. Here's 4. Wesley again looks that way. The pass is incomplete. They're giving him space. A lot of room and trying to connect, but unable to. So 3rd and 10 with just 1:30 left to go. The clock isn't quite your enemy here if you're Bishop Miege. It's picking up first downs because of the field position. Now the Thunder starts rolling here in the crowd. A three-man rush with the linebacker blitzing. Cobbins picks up the blitz nicely, and Dorsey's going to try to run for it. He gets about 4, and they cannot spike it. 1:20, they've got to have a play ready. 4th down, game on the line. Stags trailing by 1 near midfield. Dorsey communicating with his receivers. 20 seconds on the play clock. Plenty of time there. Dorsey needs a first down. And wow, St. James is going to bail him out with a timeout. So St. James didn't like the coverage they were in as Miege was scrambling to get a play in. St. James bails him out to call a timeout. Now you give John Holmes a minute to come up with a new play. That's a tough call. Didn't like the defense where they were. But, I mean, you give John Holmes, a really creative play caller, some time to dial something up now. And we'll see what they do. A really, really good pickup on that blitz by Bryson Cobbins as the linebacker came unblocked and had a free shot at Dorsey. Dorsey did a nice job trusting Cobbins that he'd pick it up. And here we go, folks. 4th down, 6 yards to go. Miege, it's homecoming night. The returning state champions, 9-game winning streak on the line. Incomplete as they go to the hitch route to Daniel Jackson. Not able to find it. The St. James sideline's going crazy. The St. James fans are going crazy as the Thunder will take over with 57 seconds left. As John Holmes takes his headset off in very displeased. And St. James is going to come into Dixon Dahl and knock off the undefeated state champion defending Bishop Miege Stags. One of the biggest upsets you'll see in Kansas this week. So all the Thunder need to do is take 2 knees and get out of here. And we'll have successfully ruined homecoming night for Bishop Miege. Can't say enough about the play from Jack Mollers tonight, the quarterback for St. James. He was tough. He got the yards when they needed it. He picked up the third downs when they needed it with his legs and through the air. He played one heck of a game. Michael Tujak again carried the ball, made plays on big downs when it counted, and they really relied on Cade Lout on both sides of the ball, making plays on defense, punching the ball in on offense, as St. James is able to come in to Bishop Miege's stadium and win 28-27 on the road. And that'll do it for us here at 810 Varsity. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. One of the biggest upsets you'll see in high school football this weekend. So St. James takes it on homecoming night, 28. Bishop Miege, 27.